So I'm not in the corner because I did a recording test and I liked this angle.
And in said recording test, we called Undyne Undertale, apparently.
I did. Today we are not doing Salary Monkey, but we will be heading
what
back
about
to
Salary Monkey?
I said we won't be doing Salary Monkey, but we will be heading back to old levels.
Oh, I forgot that's what you called Galaxy Monkey. Alright, so Before we get on to any topics today, which we do have one prepared, okay,
I did this one. So, okay, I need to get a spectrum.
You need to get a Kern and Monk.
Okay.
The next level, you have Kern, but you need Monk.
Okay. You may notice that, like, there's no black bars next to the video. Oh, okay. It's just when you
It's
go
the tank.
What the fuck? It's supposed to be a tank.
It's not a tank.
I will send these over. Try them out in your training space.
This item is so bad.
You cannot advance to the next stage. Well, good luck.
I like it just breaks stuff. You just break it. Anyway, I figured out in OBS that you can like right click. I thought that you just completely could not change the output aspect ratio, which would have been really dumb. Or maybe they only recently made it so you actually can. Oh, this item is really dumb. Alright.
I kind of hate it.
Oh, you have to, okay. It's kind of like a smash attack.
Magikarp do a splash attack. God, have you seen that video?
No.
It's this animation that I think used to be on Newgrounds. And it's like, you know, red versus blue, and they both send out a Magikarp, and it's just, it's a looping, like, it loops infinitely, where they both just kind of say random things. They have, like, a set number of things that they can say, and it just picks a random one, and the joke is, like, the battle never fucking progresses. And Blue's voice is kind of terrible. I think the the exaggeration I did
when you said
was
red versus blue. I'm like, okay, why are they bringing that like Halo Machinima into this?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to think like before I said that. I'm like, shit, how do I specify the Pokemon trainers? And I'm just like, yeah, you'll know what I mean.
I figured it out. It took me like a few seconds.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just Team Rocket. Team Rocket can suck on my balls. Magikarp do its blade attack. It's like the voice is so bad. But the best thing about it is like the Magikarps, you know, like they do kind of bounce around. It's just using like the Fire Red Leaf Green
really
sprites.
bounce around.
But like for some reason, they're instead of just taking the sprite and rotating it, it's like those videos of where you have like, what do you call, like, I don't know what the fuck you call these. It's like those animated videos that people make to songs where like each character is playing an instrument and you can like see them being resized like in Photoshop or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's like the Magikarp has like a visible cursor on it as it moves, and I don't understand why.
Good.
Anyway, so yeah, with any of the revisit levels here, when you catch all the Monka, you will get kicked out, so you want to find the coins first. This one, it's just underwater. It's...
Oh, is that the only monkey I'm missing? No, I'm missing another one, so I can get this one.
Okay.
Where the fuck am I?
Well, you turned vibration on. So, were we saying something else?
No, just from now on my videos should always, like, pretty much exactly match the output of the game I'm playing, so that's fun.
Okay.
Instead of having black bars on the side. But, more importantly, yesterday there was a Pokemon Direct, and people have already asked you for your thoughts in, like, comments, so let's get that out of the way here, for both
So first I'll explain that, I didn't really know that, like, I saw that there was going to be a Pokemon Direct that day, like, the night before.
I don't think anyone was expecting Gen 9.
I think some people were, but yeah, it's like, I saw that there was one, I didn't know what time it was, and I'm just like, okay, whatever, I'll watch it, I guess, and I had to get up kind of early for work. I checked my phone before going in, and I just saw a million comments in the Discord server, and it's like everyone's just talking about it. I'm like, okay, I guess this happened. I very briefly looked at the starters, and my initial thought are, I fucking hate the cat.
Which I don't understand, because, like, even if... I can imagine not, you know, liking it. But to me, it's, like, extremely inoffensive and pretty generic as far as starters go. Not even
I would say that Litten is inoffensive and generic. This... What is it? Sprigatito?
Yeah.
Like... This is not the only Pokemon that this is the case for, because this is all, like, I can at least say this also applies to, like, Amora, but this thing is absolutely a Neopet. Like, I don't know what quantifies a Neopet, but this is a Neopet. Like,
it looks almost like a... I mean, not actually, but it looks pretty similar to, like, how a lot of other cat Pokemon are designed. I'm not seeing anything here that really differentiates it from the Pokemon style.
I don't know. I have absolutely no love for this thing. My opinion could change because, you know, I've only seen it for a day, but I think it might be my least favorite starter of all time. I don't get why it exists.
It's just a cat and it's grass. Like, I don't see what... I mean...
And it's weird because, like, everybody seems to love it. It's... The only things I'm seeing people talk about online about this game are, oh my god, graphics bad, Game Freak terrible.
Where the fuck do I go?
Like,
it's just no exit. Isn't this the level with the boats?
No. This is a single room level. Yeah. But yeah, everyone's still bitching about graphics, and I see the same exact argument that I would see for Legends, where, you know, some people are like, there's no excuse for this. Hey, guys, did you know Pokemon highest grossing franchise? Did you know that? Did you know that they have a lot of money? Hey, did you know that it's more popular than, like, Star Wars? I bet you didn't know that. But yeah, it's... And
for the record, we're not saying that's not true or a good point. It's just that everyone says it. And
I'm really sick of seeing it. So
I've been guilty of that too, but...
Everyone's pointing that out. And it's like, okay, yes, they have the money to make this better. I'm not saying they shouldn't, but I also don't give a shit. Like,
yeah,
I think Legends looks fine.
The graphics.
I think the new game looks fine.
The graphics of the recent games are not great, but it's like the least of my concerns when Sword and Shield were also boring and not fun. Like, fix those first, please.
Like, okay, there's some crappy textures in some places. I don't really care. Like, the animations in Sword and Shield were terrible. They've been improved. Good. They've made progress. I'm happy that. Like, we're fine. Anyway, also, gotta point out, I can never remember if it's Crimson or Scarlet, but,
well, they both end with let. Does that help?
Yes. But yeah, instead of just saying, you know, S and V, we gotta fucking call it either Scavio or Visk. Like, I don't know why it would even be Visk, because you never put the second game first, but I've seen people say it.
So it's more pronounceable. Here's the thing. Sumo should never have been a thing.
Sumo does not need to be a thing.
Swish should have never been a thing, IMO, because SS is perfectly fine.
We've had this argument yesterday, but I will defend Swish because the two games start with the same letter. And as I said yesterday, I know that nobody's going to say, like, you know, Pokemon SW version. So you don't really have to distinguish them, because, like, if you just say, like, SS or S/S, like, people know what you mean. But I get it. Sumo did not need to be a thing.
That was just people going, oh, it's like S&M.
But yeah.
That was the reason, like...
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
But either way, yeah, the abbreviations are stupid, so... Let's see. People complain about graphics.
And for the record, I feel like I should address the arguments because, like, even though we've been over it before, I think it's always been in private. I don't think I've ever talked about this in a video. And so I know I'm going to get the comments that you know, make the same arguments I always hear. I don't think they're good arguments. So let me just briefly address them. Argument number one, which is the easier one to point out as being stupid, is just, oh, but it's like the Nazi stormtroopers. And it's like, okay, why can't we also, it's just letters, like, come on. We can use it for Pokemon as well. No one's gonna get confused. The other one, which has a little bit more merit to it, is, oh, but it's gonna be confusing with Soul Silver. And it's like, no, it's also obvious from context which one you're talking about, because
really not.
Soul Silver is a single game and Sword and Shield are a pair of games. So if you're talking about version differences and you say SS, you obviously, you know, and you're like, in SS it does this. Like, obviously that's, you know.
Also, I feel like it should be standard to type the paired versions with a slash in between.
I can agree with that, yeah. It would help.
Like, I don't always, like, I'll type out, like, RBY, but... Yeah, anyway.
And then the thing that you mentioned about, like... Wait, what? Oh, is this Slingshot?
Yeah. Yeah, you've had the ability to do this for forever.
Okay. Sorry, I keep, distracted from the main conversation. The one about, the two-paired versions, I can actually agree with that one. Like, in very specific circumstances, if you're making, like, a spreadsheet like we do, and you, like, you know, write things in shorthand for stuff, then, yeah, it might be a good idea to, oh, good. To, make some distinction there. But, in my case, I just color-code it, so I can avoid that. Anyway, sorry, we can go back to talking about Gen 9 now.
Yeah, so, like I said, I saw this exact same thing happen with Legends Arceus, where it's basically, like, it's this war between the people who are like, this is unacceptable, like, there's no reason for the game to look this way, like, I think you need to be attacking this thing.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought I just had to jump up and get the angle right. Well, it's not doing it.
Oh, wait, actually, I think you specifically have to, like, hit the bombs back at it.
Oh, that's stupid. Okay.
But yeah, so there's the people who are like, this is unacceptable, like, how can anybody be okay with this? And then there's the people who are like, I don't think graphics matter. And it's like, oh, well, I mean, I guess that you should just release a 8-bit game again. It's like, oh my god, like, there can be a sliding scale.
Yeah,
like,
that's dumb.
Come on. Like, the game is not amazing looking. Nobody's saying that it's, you know, like, the most artistically beautiful thing ever released, but it's good enough. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, I can't, like I said,
so
I don't think it looks amazing, but I also cannot care as much as other people do when there's more important things that also suck about Gen 8.
So that's the only thing I see anybody talking about, which is fair enough, because we know nothing about the game yet. Pokemon have nice textures on them now, at least some of them do.
Yeah,
but,
well, it's like a light map thing or something. It's not, not the same thing. But...
bump mapping or something. But anyway, so to go back to the starters, everybody seems to love the cat. I don't. Everybody is also like positive that they're going to fuck it up and make it into like a humanoid, because that's what they always do.
They do it a lot.
It's basically just fear mongering, and I don't care either way, really. Like,
I feel like Incineroar was like...
Incineroar was pushing it, like...
Well, no, I was trying to say Incineroar was like a fluke. Like, I was convinced there was no way they were going to be able to make that thing bipedal, and then they did. And that's part of the reason that I thought that it was fake when it got leaked. But I don't think they would do it again, especially with how much people fucking hate Incineroar, so...
I mean, do people actually hate Incineroar, or is it just some loud people online? Because...
I think it's pretty widely hated.
Like, I thought it was still considered the most popular starter of Gen 7.
No, that's Decidueye. By far.
Alright. I'm wondering if it got into Smash, but just because it was picked before, like...
Oh, it definitely was. I bet.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if 100% sure, but...
Plus, I know Sakurai went on record saying he just wanted a wrestler archetype.
Yeah.
But anyway. So either way, that's basically everything I can say about that one. I'm just going to skip the fire starter for right now.
I'll wait to say my judgment on all for after you're done.
Quaxley, to me, doesn't look like it should be a starter. It's basically just Ducklet again. And
it does look a little bit non-stop.
It's weird that it's not part flying, unless it is. I don't think it is, though.
Well, ducks are flightless.
No, they're not.
They're not?
Are we having this conversation again?
Well, I mean, they're like waterfowl, right? I thought waterfowl are flightless.
Oh god, you forgot. Okay. There was a conversation we had quite a while back where I mentioned something about how, like, ducks are one of the few animals to break the rule of like an animal can walk, fly, or swim, but not all three. And I'm like, well, ducks can. And you said ducks can't fly. I'm like, no, they definitely can. They
chickens
migrate.
can't fly, right?
I think they can fly a little bit.
Okay. I've never seen a duck fly like. I mean, I've seen them like glide and like flap up a little bit in the same way chickens have. But I've never seen them properly. Anyway.
But shit, I got distracted by that now. But yeah, I feel like it just kind of has, like, some ducks have, like, weird afros. I feel like that's basically what they're going for with this one. I do not see a sailor hat.
Some ducks have weird afros. It looks like a sailor hat to me.
Yeah. Either way, it's whatever. I'll have to pass judgment on it when I see what its evolutions are. And then we have Fuecoco, which is really weird and also definitely my favorite of the three. I've seen it compared to the Bubble Bobble dragons. I can definitely see that. It's a very odd design. Oh shit. Okay. I hate how everyone says it's an apple. It does kind of look like one.
Is it everyone? It's pretty much just Dante.
No, I mean, even Bulbapedia says it.
Oh, what? Oh, fuck.
Well, they said it could be a chili pepper or an apple.
Why the fuck would it be an apple? I'm going on a rant right now. Because when they got revealed, I was talking to my friends about it, and Dante was like, oh, I love the little apple crocodile. I'm like, it's not a fucking apple. He's like, look at it. It has, like, the stem. It's like, it has the same shape as an apple. It's, like, the same colors. It's got eyes that look like seeds. I'm like, it does look like one, kind of, but they definitely didn't do that on purpose, because why the fuck would they make a fire starter look like an apple? On purpose. No, the fuck they didn't.
And
so anyway, I do think it probably is supposed to be a chili. Like,
it's still, either way though, I think it's a missed opportunity, because, like, if it is a chili pepper, like, I can't see them making a starter a fire grass type. And I would like there to be a fire grass type, and chili pepper is like a decent inspiration for that. So anyway, but yeah, I think it looks okay. It's weird, but it's the most interesting of the three by far.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that.
But as far as, like, you know, the thing as a whole, for me at least, like, maybe other people feel differently, but I think there's no point in getting excited over a new Pokemon game announcement
because
you know it's going to happen anyway. It's not like, oh damn, it's been like 10 years and they're finally making a new Donkey Kong. That's cool. It's like, you know, they happen periodically. They're usually pretty similar.
Been 10 years. Tropical Freeze was like 5 years. Oh no, it was 8 years ago. Oh no.
But it's like, there's never been a Pokemon game announcement where I'm just like, oh shit.
I don't have any Spectre coins.
What?
I don't have any of the 4 Spectre coins.
Oh my god. Okay, well, let me actually retract that statement. With Gen 2, like, that's different, obviously. But it's like, oh my god, new Pokemon, best thing ever. But after that, it's like, yeah, I figured there would be a new one. Okay. And I've never seen a set of starters that has, like, wowed me. Like, sometimes I'll see one and I'm like, oh, that one's cool. But I'm never going to be like, holy shit, I need this now. So there's not really much to be excited over. It's just, you know, when it comes out, I'll get it. I hope it doesn't suck. That's pretty much it. So, but I think that's about all we can say.
Yeah. Okay, so as for my opinions on the starters, I saw the cat and I'm like, this is just grass-type Litten, which is fine because I like Litten and was a little disappointed by Incineroar. I really don't see the Neopet comparison, but whatever. It just looks like a generic grass cat to me. Like, I actually had a grass cat Fakemon, like, when I was a kid, so... that one was called...
I'm also just sick of cat Pokemon in general. There's so many of them.
That one was called Cat Tree, because, that was mine.
Pidge.
This isn't gonna boot me out of the level, is it? No, I've got shit tons of monkeys to get here, okay. Oh, what? I have to do one of these again?
Apparently.
I don't even remember what you're supposed to do. You just dodge.
I think you just hit the hands. Unless that's what I said to do last time, and I was just wrong.
I think you just wait for him to attack, and then...
Well, no, I think, like, when he's not attacking, you can hit the hands, and then, like, you get an opportunity to hit the spiderweb section, and... Yeah.
It's actually... You hit that section.
Scavio.
And then I don't have much to say about the other two. I kind of feel the same way about the duck and the fire one as you do, I guess.
You kind of care about the duck.
I kind of care about that. See, I'm actually torn for choice, because I think overall I like the design of the fire one best. But ducks are my favorite animal, and I also like cats. So I could really go with any of them, and it's basically just going to depend on the final stage. Which is usually the case anyway, but... I will use all three eventually, but not all in the same row. I hate this. I hate this. What are you supposed to do? I don't understand. I ran away as soon as possible. No, but like, how do you avoid damage? Because I went in and then I ran away. And it wasn't enough.
I'm going to be unhelpful. Sorry, my dad's being a total
It doesn't help that, like, Spike can't turn for shit.
Is he better than Brooklyn?
Okay, run. See, I, like, just barely avoided damage there.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah! Oh, yeah, I will point out the other stupid thing I saw that people are talking about, and that is, in the trailer, they have like there's like a plaza area that has like symbols for all 18 types, and it's like, okay, good. They showed that. That means there's not going to be any new types, so we're not going to have people speculating on it. I'm like, is that a thing that commonly happens? I don't remember this being a thing. And then there's like, fuck yeah, no sound type. Rock doesn't need any more weaknesses. Like,
why is it assumed that Rock would...
What the fuck? Like... I don't know why everybody hates sound type. Every time it gets mentioned, there's like a million people come out of the woodwork saying, like, no, fucking terrible idea. Something can't be based on sound. It's not a physical thing. And it's perfectly fine just having sound be part of normal. And, oh my god. But anyway, and that it's like, why are we assuming it would be strong against rock? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Anyway, I think there's actually a lower ledge in this area. But I'm trying to think, have I seen anything else? Oh, cool.
So the last point of contention is the open world aspect, because like...
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about that.
We've not really seen much, but they... Fuck's sake. I cannot walk off of a simple ledge.
Apparently not.
We haven't seen much, but they claim that it's open world, which... You know, they said that they described Legends Arceus the same way, and most people would say that it is.
No, they didn't.
They didn't?
I've actually seen people pointing out they never used the phrase open world for Legends.
Oh, okay.
And, like, people assumed it would be, and then were annoyed when it wasn't, like, completely.
Oh,
so,
I see.
Shit good. But yeah, they specifically said that, there will be seamless transitions between, like, towns and the wilderness.
Mm-hmm. They said that for
Scavio. I'm gonna keep calling it that, ironically, and it's gonna become the actual name, and I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah, no, we gotta nip that in the bud right fucking now.
It's such a bad name. Holy shit.
The names themselves aren't exactly great. That was actually what really worried me when I
It
started
is
watching the
weird
trailer.
that they're just going with kind of basic colors again.
It really worried me because, for one thing, I wasn't even sure what the hell it was supposed to be showing at first with the stupid like security guard footage.
Yeah, that was a really weird intro.
And they make these intros like, I don't know, like not like intros.
What?
it's from you rising from hiatus on the third day.
Okay. There is another Spectre coin in this area. I think it's above one of the like gateways in the water.
Okay. But yeah, like, to me, them naming that is like them trying to communicate, oh, we're going back to our roots for this one and making something simple. And I'm like, no, assholes, you just did that for Sword and Shield and it sucked. Give me something new. Actually, to be fair, I like the formula, but, you know, to me, it makes it seem like they're, like, trying to package it.
If Sun and Moon had not been bogged down with a ridiculous amount of forced cutscenes and, like, you can't walk 2 seconds without talking to an NPC, I would have enjoyed its attempt at mixing things up.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, the trials were an interesting idea. The whole, like, weird shit with the Ultra Wormholes was cool. And it's like, okay, we'll try more experimental stuff next. Oh, no, we're just gonna do the worst.
Well, that's the thing, is they also say that, they've gone on record, like, oh, when the first time we make a game on a console, like a Pokemon game on a console, we try to play it safe to get used to the new hardware. But then, you know, in later games we experiment more, like that, so that explains why Gen 5 and Gen 7 were more experimental. So I'm hoping that'll carry through here.
Yeah.
How the fuck do I get up there?
Probably from the left.
How the fuck do I get over to the left?
Probably from the left. I don't know. I feel like you can just kind of get over there.
No.
Can you double jump and fly out of the water?
Let's see. Okay. And, so most people are like, hell yeah! Legends Arceus was great, I'm like, this should be the direction for the series going forward. I've seen at least one person that is extremely disappointed and is like, I'm basically done with the franchise because of this. Because they tried Legends Arceus, they didn't like it, presumably because of, like, the lack of trainer battles and connection to the team, and it's almost entirely catching Pokemon. Granted, I have not played the game, so this is just what I've heard from, like, you, and you even like it, but you say that.
For the record, yesterday we were talking about this, well, yesterday or the day before.
It was just before they announced it.
And, yeah, it was like, I haven't gone to the final area yet. I just finished Coronet Highlands, and, like, every time I actually do play the game, I end up kind of getting sucked into it. It's like, I don't do much, but I will be perfectly content just kind of, you know, wandering around and catching stuff that I still need and, like, filling, like,
doesn't work.
Doing the, like, missions and stuff, and I don't know, it's, I do enjoy the formula in that game.
Fucking finally, Jesus.
Yeah,
also, apparently when I pressed, oh my god, when I pressed F1 to try to save state, it didn't work, and it pressed, like, the version without holding the function key, which is just, it opens Microsoft Edge and searches in Bing how to get help in Windows 10.
Oh. Alright.
And it takes fucking forever to actually load this, and usually makes my computer slow down while it tries to do so. It's really annoying.
As you were explaining that, I heard you roboted pretty bad. So,
exactly.
yeah.
That was as Edge opened. You roboted on my end. Isn't it great? I fucking love hotkeys built into the laptop that you can't fucking turn off anyway.
So, I think this room is cleaned out now. I think you want to now be heading through the, like, water gate.
Scandal.
Yes. H. Anyway, I guess, because it wasn't addressed, we will also probably point out, like, you know, internet detectives have found that the game is based on Spain.
I mean, I figured it out myself
And-
as well.
Wait, was that an option the whole time?
What?
Is this not where the coin was?
Oh my god.
Good.
Okay. Anyway,
But yeah, it's like, okay, I have... oh, wait, hold on, I gotta... And Portugal, if you don't specify that, people are like, they're just gonna be missing. It's like, yes, okay, thank you. Like, I don't know
What
why
about
I've seen that
missing?
come up so often, but...
what about missing?
Huh?
What about missing?
Like, people are like, oh, the region's based on Spain. They're like, no, it's Spain and Portugal. They're not just gonna not have it there. That would be weird.
I think the region map shown looks like the left edge, so which is Portugal, so
Yeah.
that probably means that they are including it. Which is good, because otherwise, when the fuck else are they gonna include Portugal? I would love it if they had Gibraltar and you go there and the guy and someone there is like, this is technically part of the Gala region, haha. Because we do own like a tiny ass fucking spit of land in the very south of Spain.
Good.
And there's like monkeys there.
Oh.
But this region will presumably directly border Carlos, which is they're not gonna include Carlos, but there might be some references to Gen 6 there, which
Use
is cool.
the radar here and check the other end of this wall. Yeah, I thought there was one over there.
Okay, do I need to monkey punch to blow it up?
No, it's just you can get there with the boat. Also, I forgot. Okay, so I know that you're gonna hate this subject, but
Oh boy.
the Firestarter Zodiac theory is
Oh, yeah.
more or less broken now.
Which I'm glad about.
People are saying like, oh, the Fuecoco could just randomly become a snake.
They're not gonna do that.
And I've also seen people really grasping for straws, and they're like, well, actually, an adult male crocodile is called a bull. It's a food plate. But I will state my opinion on the theory, because people will also very quickly point out that the theory was never airtight to begin with.
Right.
Cyndaquil is not a rat, and Fennekin is not a dog. But they are close enough
No, they're not.
to where, like, what?
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Fennekin, maybe. If it was just Fennekin. But, no, Cyndaquil breaks it. And it was so early on as well.
Okay, like, see, the way that I see this, though, is, like, there was never a decision to do this early on. It's just, it happened to line up after the first few, and then they're like, we might as well keep this going. Like, I'm imagining, like, you know, they probably made the first 3 starters, maybe even the first 4, without any, like, intent behind fitting a pattern. And then it was kind of noticed that they fit this, and they're like, okay, well, that's an
If more
interesting
people phrased
thing.
it like that, I wouldn't have as much of an issue with
Like,
it. But everyone's just like, yeah, the Firestarters are they're all based on it. It's like, no.
Like, it is weird that of the 8, 5 of them, like, I've also seen people say, like, oh, Charmander isn't a dragon. It's like,
Charizard counts. Like,
well,
I'm gonna,
come on.
like...
Yeah, so it's like, 5 out of the 8 fit perfectly. 1 of them fits pretty well, and 2 of them are like, you know, if you squint hard enough. This one, there's just, it doesn't. But, I mean, of the remaining animals, I think the snake was the only one that would have been interesting anyway, like... But that's the other thing, though. It's a Spain region, and we don't have a bull. Like,
Yeah.
that would have worked really well.
I don't know where my boat went.
Got that.
Can that happen?
No, I don't know. It probably went back to the, like, starting spot.
Okay, I'll just leave and come back. So yeah, is there anything else? I mean... I hesitate to call the open world thing controversial, because it does seem like it's, you know, a majority of people that are excited for it. And I mean, the biggest issue that I think people would have had with the formula in Legends Arceus was the lack of trainer battles. And I mean, we know there's trainer battles in this, so at least I think we do. It would be stupid if it didn't, considering it's a main gen game. But like a new region and whatnot.
There's also people that are surprised that they confirmed that like Dexit is still in effect. It's like, why are we surprised by this? I thought
I'm not.
we knew that
I'm
this
not
was the case.
surprised, but I'm still disappointed because I figured. I was like, okay, I always figured that Sword and Shield was never going to change. They weren't going to be able to do anything about it partway through development. But it's been 3 years. I figured maybe they were like, oh shit, people really hated that. Like, let's avoid that next time. And they didn't. They don't care. Which I'm not surprised by. But there was a little part of me that's like, I really hope that someone at TPCI with enough power is like, they're right. This is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. But no, they just care about money. So there you go.
It's a weird case because like, I definitely don't support them doing it. But I understand why they did, because it is kind of unsustainable long term.
It's not. Pokemon data doesn't take up that much space. They could really.
Well, no, it's not. I'm not saying that they couldn't fit it in the game. I'm saying it's unreasonable to like try to make space for like obtaining everything and like all these special case items.
They don't have to.
And like
put a basic ass post game shop where you can buy evolution items. You don't even have to. You can do a Gen 7, right? I know that you were upset with Gen 7 at the time for like not providing everything.
You can just break that wall over there with the punch.
Okay. Like, I know you were upset with that. I would have been okay if they just did that again. Like, have the national dex. I mean, they didn't even have the national dex, but have everything transferable in, even if there's no dex entries. You know, do the bare minimum. That's fine. But I expect I want the bare minimum, and they're not even doing that, and that's just really disappointing.
Yeah. I've come around on it. I don't know if it's just Stockholm syndrome. Like,
I've not come around. I'm not really over it, but I guess what the issue is I would care about it more if Sword and Shield were good anyway. But the fact that they suck.
You can just get out of the boat. There's no reason at this point to
I
stay
thought the fish was gonna get me.
No, the fish doesn't fucking do anything. Like,
okay.
It'll like electrocute you if you're near it. That's about it.
Okay. But yeah, like the fact that Sword and Shield just sucked in general was more of my concern. So, you know, it wasn't good enough for me to get excited about it and want to transfer my old teams up and do battles with you know my friends.
Wait, was that just a coin to the left, like straight over there?
I guess so. It's like
side.
behind. Status. 3 monkeys, 1 coin. Okay, well I know what the coin is. So hopefully this won't...
Monkey.
Monkey?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. I'm in a weird place with the series, because, like...
Same.
Up through X and Y, I always liked, like, basically restarting the Pokedex every game and kind of getting everything, like, within the means of the generation, because usually they'd have like some kind of weird way that stuff would be distributed. What are we doing?
I don't know where the monkey is.
Is there even one near this?
I heard like a...
I
you know,
don't know.
noises.
But, anyway, Sun and Moon did the SOS battle stuff, which was really irritating to me. I could not stand that shit. I caught everything in Moon, and then Ultra Moon, I was like, or Ultra Sun, I was like doing it again, and just kind of lost interest because it's like it's the same game. I already did this shit, and now I have to do it more. And it's like, oh boy, I can try to find the 1% Larvesta spawn in this cave, and then SOS battle until the 1% Volcarona thing shows up.
Isn't that the random cave in the jungle that you have to use the Machamp shove to get into?
Yes.
Like that, I remember.
But yeah, it's like I was trying to find Salazzle through SOS, it wasn't showing up, and eventually I'm just like, why am I bothering? Like, because I can just evolve a Salandit if I need the thing for the dex, but like I want to catch everything in the wild when possible, and because it is possible but horrible, it's like ruining the game for me.
Yeah.
So I eventually am like, okay, I have to just not give a shit. And the fact that there was no national dex and like all this stuff had to be imported was a big disappointment to me. So I'm just like, well, I guess I just won't bother doing national decks this game. It's like, yeah, I could have everything in bank, but I don't want to. And then same thing happened with Sword and Shield, and that will probably continue to be the case. I finished the decks in Gen 6, and I probably never will again.
Uh-oh.
Like, I haven't even done regional decks in Gen 8.
Right.
Because the game sucks ass.
Yeah. The stupid thing is that,
also,
like,
I hate the wild area.
Oh yeah, it's really boring and a waste of space. For some reason people love it.
I hate the wild area because, like, the thing is, I don't hate the way that it's handled in Legends Arceus and presumably in the new game. I hate the wild area because it's, like, I don't like the weather spawns, for one thing, and those are also in the newer game, but I don't think they're, like, as strict. But the other thing that I hate is, like, it's not even specific to wild area, it's just everywhere in the Sword and Shield. The fact that, like, some Pokemon are wandering around and some are still random encounters in grass really pisses me off. And I don't know if I can really explain why, other than just, I don't like the fact that that basically means that there's 2 separate encounter tables for every area. And, like, you'd think that the overworld ones would indicate, like, okay, these are the things you can find in the area. You can keep kind of wandering around and you'll eventually see everything. It's like, no, there's still, 1% Sizzlipede here, and you would just never know.
Yeah, that is really dumb. Why do they do 1%? Like, why do they make things only available via 1% like that so frequently anyway? If it was like 1 or 2 Pokemon in the whole game were that rare, then that would be one thing, But it's like, what the fuck is so special about Sizzlipede that it needs to be so goddamn hard to find?
Yeah, I think my worst case with that is Galarian Corsola, because it's the counterpart to Galarian Farfetch'd, and Farfetch'd you can just find relatively easily, I think, whereas Corsola is like...
What the hell?
It's like in this one specific section of the wild area, in like 1 or 2 types of weather, very rarely. It's like, what the fuck? Why is this? No one's gonna find this shit. What? And there's a lot of stuff I feel that's kind of hidden away like that, and the raid dens pissed me off. Like, I know that they've been, like, pretty much like the first couple weeks after the game came out, like, there's a map, like, here's all the dens, here's the, like, pool of things each of them can pull from.
Oh, like the location of each den, like, they get specific things. I always thought that just any den could get anything out of a gigantic pool.
No, they're specific. But each one of them has, like, I think, like, 15 things I can pull from. It's, like, a really big list. So it's like, oh, if you want a chance of getting Ralts early, it's like, you can get it in Fog, which is a post-game weather, which, why the fuck is that a thing? Or you can get it from, like, one of these specific dens. Don't go down. I think it's just above you. I think it's, like, swinging on some vines, and you need to shoot it down.
Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, it's, like, I'm not opposed to just looking up where stuff is. I generally do that anyway. But if I find, like, okay, here, my one option to get this thing early is to hope that it happens to show up at a very low rate in this, like, one specific raid that isn't even guaranteed to spawn in, and then you have to do it and hope to catch the thing in the first place, which is also a pain in the ass. I'm like,
yeah.
Like, I did not like the raids. There were very few things in Sword and Shield that I did like.
Yeah.
I like how this video just turned into me bitching about that.
I mean, yeah. Well, anyway, that's been Monkey Collect. Next time, more monkey collect. I really don't know how
There's
long
gonna
this
be a
will
lot
take.
of monkey collect.
Yeah, I kind of figured that there would be like 2 videos of this, but no, there's gonna be like fucking 4 of them, or maybe more.
Like, yeah, that level had a surprising amount of wandering.
And that wasn't because of me like being like slacking the first time. They just set the requirement really low for that level compared to how many there are.
Yeah.
So I gotta find unique places to stand so I know that this is like my save point. So in this
Just
one I will be on
stand
top
in
of
the
the
minigame
mailbox.
room.
No. I'll be on the come on, get on the mailbox.
Also, if you've never done if you haven't done like an actual in-game save in a while, you probably should.
Why?
I don't know. Just in case a meteor strike deletes your save state.
Okay. Sure. Enter.
I feel bad for anybody who's watching this that has no problem with Sword and Shield, because I know those people exist, and they don't like hearing negative stuff about it. But
They get really salty about it.
16. Wow, that's an old file.
Yep. That's from like episode 3. Alright. Well, I guess that's that. Thanks for listening to us ramble about Pokemon. I guess you can direct people to this video if they ask for your opinion on Scarlet and Violet.
Scavio.
Scavio is terrible.
It's really bad.
Bye.
H.
It's always H. Let's spice it up. What about, what about J or Q? Huh?
Nah,
H.
it's still H.